Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching CNN News 18. This is Nation at 5 with me, Poonam Burde. Lots lined up for you on this edition, but let's get you started with a super exclusive news break that we have for you here on Nation at 5, and that is the increasing K threat against India. It's a dangerous escalation of threats that we are now seeing coming in from Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon and his banned organization Sikhs for Justice. Now he's resorted to threatening the Prime Minister of India as well. Indian Prime Minister, External Affairs Minister and NSA Doval seem to be the latest on Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon's list. He has once again resorted to provoke and issue these threats. Remember, in the past, on multiple occasions, Pannoon has come out and threatened the Indian ambassadors in the United States and the High Commissioner in Canada as well. This now is a latest threat coming to the fore. This is what we've gathered from our sources within the intelligence agencies. Let's quickly get you across to what exactly is this latest provocation that has come to the fore from Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon. He has now come out and issued an open threat to the Indian government. He has actually put out these videos like he has in the past as well. He comes out and then says that the protests against India over Nijjar's death is going to continue, which is why he is issuing these threats to the top brass in the political corridors here in India. Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon has gone on to give measure for measure call in Canada. He's trying to mobilize their people there against India and the Indian establishment. He's asked if enemies of Sikhs have 24/7 security. If not, then why exactly is the Prime Minister of this country getting security is the question Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon has come out and asked in his latest threat against India. He's gone on to call this an axis of evil. He says, be ready for consequences. That's the threat coming to the fore from Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon. This is what we've gathered from our intelligence sources within the intelligence establishment. Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon on multiple occasions has come out and given these threats. The free run for him unfortunately continues, especially in countries like United States and Canada, of which he is a dual citizen. What we have now learned from our intelligence sources is that it's surprising that the Canada government is actually allowing this kind of hate. Pannoon is provoking in front of the Canadian police time and again, and yet no action has been taken against him. Why is that happening is something that India is asking as well. These threats to Indian government, to the Prime Minister of our country, to the External Affairs Minister of our country is extremely dangerous. It's a criminal act and that must be reined in by the establishment in Canada is what Indian sources believe. Threatening of Indian officials is nothing short of an act of terror. It's not just a petty offense. It's an act of terror and must be treated as such is what our sources within the intelligence agencies here in India believe. Abhishek, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more on this. Abhishek, it comes as no surprise, to be honest, the kind of threats that Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon is issuing. He's done this multiple times in the past as well.
Well, there are clearly no surprises because he has been threatening the World Cup that has happened just in a recent few weeks ago. He had also threatened earlier major event G20. Also, he was threatening. We know that he has threatened Indian diplomats present in Canada, in USA, in UK, and other parts of the world also. And the Air India recent threat was also against passengers traveling on Air India, Indians traveling on Air India, and there was reports of some of the Khalistani goons picketing at the airports in Canada to stop people or discourage people from boarding those flights. So he has been up there. He has been against India, anti-India, propaganda has been there. The only thing is that, which is sad, is that Canadian government and US government has been, for some strange reason, reluctant to act against this person who has now upped his game and he is threatening Indian Prime Minister and Indian External Affairs Minister as Shankar. So now we will have to see what Canadian authorities or what the US authorities will show in terms of their action, because this person is a US citizen. He travels between USA and Canada, and these are the two places from where he is operating mostly his anti-India propaganda and mobilizing youth, radicalizing them, and most of the Khalistani propaganda is happening from these two countries.
Now, as far as Hardeep Singh Nijjar's death is concerned, that is something that Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon has raised in this threat once again, Abhishek. Both the United States and Canada have raised the issue with the Indian side, and India has been asking for proof ever since, isn't it?
Well, India has been asking for proof, and there is a difference between Canadian allegations and how US is cooperating with India on certain Indian individuals being complicit with the plot to kill Pannoon. While Canadian authorities have been more rhetorical and not sharing more intelligence inputs, the US has been sharing more intelligence, more inputs, and more resources with the Indian agencies to have a cooperation from the Indian side. So there is a difference between the two sides' allegation. But the larger question will always remain why these people are allowed a free run on the soil of USA and Canada, why anti-India rhetorics, why these violent groups are allowed to operate from USA, which happens to be a very close, friendly and strategic partner
Sorry
of
to
India.
interrupt you there, Abhishek. We'll come back to you for more on this, but cutting across to the Rajya Sabha there, where Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister is addressing.